Are you ready to open our lives up to everyone, though?
Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Very convincing,
Throw
yeah.
it at me.
Hi. I'm a vlogger now, I guess. Let me tell you, first of all, before I get into any of this, I'm very new to vlogging, as you are going to notice. And I do not know how you guys do it. Everyone who vlogs, like, you are a fucking champion in my book. After how much work has gone into me trying to come up with, like, how to formulate these vlogs. I want to share information, I want to help, I want to be weird and candid and do all the things. And, like, how do you do this? Anyway. We're just going to start at the beginning, right? This is my first vlog with the SheSnaps brand. So I guess I'm just letting you know what to expect. 1, I have no idea what I'm doing. 2, I don't know where I was going when I started this number series. So we're just going to drop it. Okay, look, here's the deal. I'm Snaps. Some people know me as SheSnaps. That's what my name is on Twitch. That's how I got my start, was being SheSnaps on Twitch. My content has changed a lot over the years. I started out with way more emphasis in trying to get into like competitive gaming. I was having way more fun. It was just strictly video game content. And then over time, I kind of branched out and started doing photography and mental health stuff. And then, almost by accident, everything changed. I started meditating a 1.5 years ago. And I realized that I really needed to work on myself. Like, I had done a decent job, at least, at like surviving, despite all of the issues that I was having with like battling mental illness and everything. But I still wasn't happy. And I just got sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I was just feeling like shit all the time. So I started working on myself, and amazingly, I feel really good now. Today has even been a frustrating day, and I didn't like yell or break anything or smash stuff, and that's totally, unfortunately, how I was. So, getting this new vlog series started, this is kind of like me choosing to bring everyone into my new life. If you're new here, if you've never seen any of my content, then it's not really, a new life to you. It's just all new. You get what I'm saying. So I guess I'll do like real quick introductions, right? So people on Twitch know me as SheSnaps, but you can call me Jessica or Jess or Jessie, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, and I really, really love my job. It's so weird and fun, and I get to do so much. Like, we get to be really weird and random and laugh about things we should not be laughing about, or that we should.
How did I change my voice like that? What I do is I cross my legs in a certain way so that it pinches my testicles, and when I do that, it
automatically makes my voice change a little bit.
And then like immediately switch from that into helping people with whatever it is that they're struggling with. So I do a lot of advice answering, not because I think I'm an authority on anything, but I have some perspective, I've done some research, and I'm willing to share my thoughts on things. I don't expect anyone to, take me as an expert or anything like that. So that's not what I'm trying to get across here, or what I'm trying to be. So I stream 5 days a week on Twitch. I have a podcast. I work on myself almost nonstop. I have an amazing boyfriend, a super dope family who you're going to get to see probably a lot of. And I've realized that there's more I could be doing online. Being a content creator, or an influencer, as some might call me, it is a weird job, but one thing that I know for sure is I have to do as much as I can. I got to branch out because my direction has changed a lot. I don't care as much about just growing for the sake of growth. I have a message, and I want to share it with people. And the main message is, if you work on yourself, your life is probably going to get better. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was planning on doing. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction of what you can expect from these vlogs. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of progression because I'm brand new at this. So starting out bad, eventually going to be a great, great fucking vlogger. Can't wait. Sometimes I travel for work. Some of the next videos are going to show some of the travel that I had going on, and I'm really excited to share that with you. I got to go to the St. Jude Summit recently, took a little vacation, and I went to the Borderlands 3 premiere. So I've got some video from that to share with you. For this video, though, I figured I would kind of take this back to the first time I tried vlogging, which was still when I was doing predominantly gaming content and not as much mental health, mindfulness kind of stuff. And I started doing a Q&A series, which unfortunately I didn't quite have the audience that I think I have now. And I did this thing called SheSnaps. So I was telling people, if you want me to answer your questions on video, then just do hashtag SheSnaps and tweet it. You don't even have to tag me. If you do hashtag SheSnaps, I can find all of them under that. And just ask me any question, and I'll answer your questions. So this week, I'm going to answer questions. Some of them will be from stuff on Twitter. Some of them will be from Instagram. But I'm just going to give you a little sample of kind of what goes down in my Twitch chats, because people come in and they ask for my advice on all kinds of topics. And I am always willing to share. Again, not an authority, not a doctor, not a professional of really anything anymore. Just someone who wants to help. Just someone with a perspective, I don't know, somewhat challenging life, but like who hasn't had a challenging life, right? I just want to help. That's all I can say. So I hope that you'll subscribe. I hope that you'll watch more of these videos, and I promise they will get better bit by bit. To start, I'm working with an editor, DJ Nagi, I love you, but I believe a lot in progression and learning and challenging myself. So I am going to learn how to edit these myself, and that's going to be fun. Now I have the hiccups. All right. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to some questions, yo. We're going to do some Q&A right now. I'm going over some of the questions that I received by doing an Instagram story and asking people for questions. But in the future, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer during these videos, go on Twitter and do hashtag SheSnaps. And you don't even have to tag me in that. Just do hashtag SheSnaps. Ask whatever the question is. I'll go through that every week and I'll pick out a few questions to answer. Otherwise, if you're not on Twitter, that's fine. You can ask questions in the comments, and you can also ask questions on Instagram when I do those stories asking for questions. But we're going to do about 5 of them today. And the first one is from Bazoo Cyber on Instagram. And the question is, do you think cancel culture is bad for content creators? I think cancel culture can be a good thing, for sure, for people who are genuinely like scummy and are trying to be predators and like prey on people that are trusting. Then, you know, when they get exposed, that cancel culture can, I think, be a good thing. I think one of the dangerous things is that people rush to cancel before getting facts, which can be scary. I don't think it's just about content creators here. I think in general, the idea of rushing to cancel someone, which for content creators especially, and for a lot of people who are getting called out these days, it basically means ruin their life. Not just like, we don't want to support them anymore, but like go and tell everyone that they don't deserve a job, a family, friends, anything. Like when people go through and they find now popular like broadcasters or internet personalities, and they find tweets from when they were like 15 years old and they're obnoxious and rude and ignorant, and then they use that to say like this person doesn't deserve a platform. I think that's really unfair. Like obviously you want to know if they've learned from that, but rather than like posting it and saying like cancel this person, they suck, it could be like, hey, I found this tweet, it's problematic for these reasons, do you still feel this way? And then that person has the opportunity to say like, wow, I can't even believe that I used to say shit like that. Or they can, at that point, double down on their bullshit. And then, you know, it makes sense to decide not to support them anymore, right? What scares me, though, is that some people really weaponize this idea that you can get a mass of people to target someone online. As an example, I had cancel culture try to come for me once. And this was a couple years ago. I was streaming on Twitch. I was playing Destiny. And Bungie, the game developer, had a they basically create this thing where it's a bounty. You want to come and match up with me and either win with me on my team to get an emblem or match up against me and beat me to get this emblem, right? Whoever it is that has a Bungie bounty, you can expect to sometimes see like hundreds or thousands of people in your chat compared to what it might have been before. So I think I had somewhere around like 3,000 people watching. And normally, because I'm trying to work on my Spanish, because I'm half Mexican, I normally allow at least a little bit of Spanish in chat, but other languages, we tell people like English only because we have to be able to moderate. Like, if we don't know what the fuck you're saying, how are we gonna make sure that people aren't just like saying disgusting, derogatory things? So people were coming into my chat speaking in Spanish, and for like the first time ever, I was like, hey, just for the purposes of this stream, we need English only, please. Like, no Spanish. We need to be able to understand so that we can moderate. My mods don't understand what you're saying. That was mostly fine, except there were some people who used it then to troll. They started speaking in Spanish more and saying insulting things, and then they were getting purged and banned in some cases. This is all like a long story leading to something. Towards the end of the stream, there were people who started coming in and spamming just straight racist stuff. They were spamming the N-bomb and like saying really terrible things. So they got banned. They followed us into a stream that we hosted after my stream and started doing the same thing, making it seem as though my raid was trying to bring this kind of stuff to someone else. And it was definitely not. The streamer fortunately noticed and banned them. But I started getting whispers from this person who was like mocking me and saying how they were going to come after me and good luck ever getting a Bungie bounty again. And I kind of was like, yeah, okay, whatever, laughed it off. Like, I've already done one of these before. I don't think that's going to be the case. This person, who had been spamming all of these racist things, decided to take some random screenshots and kind of like doctor them and create this narrative that I hated all Hispanics or like the entire Latin community, basically. And they went and put this in a Facebook group that had like 40,000 members and told them all this stuff and that they should all go and report my Twitch channel and tag Bungie and tell them all that they should never work with me again. And at the time, like, I was in a rough state of mind already. Like, I was really struggling to like myself. I was kind of trying to work on myself, but not doing as well as I would have liked to. So it came at like a tough time for me too. So suddenly here I am, like, trying to be the best version of myself I can be and having people target me for something that, like, if you really look at it, is pretty silly, especially considering, like, I'm Mexican. So it's super silly that people were trying to say that I was discriminating, and it was really hurtful that they didn't even stop there, but instead were like, everyone report her, she does not deserve a platform, let's get her account taken down. It took like a day or so of myself and some of my Spanish-speaking friends to help me communicate with some of the other members of that group. And fortunately, amazingly, one of my moderators, Echoes, had screenshots of the people who started this whole thing saying all the racist stuff. So it wound up all coming out that they were lying and that they had been trying to get me in trouble for something that wasn't even true. But by that point, like, the damage was done. My name was out there and like people were tagging me like crazy. So that was a really hard night. So the biggest thing I would say is just make sure you have all the facts. Try to ask questions before you attack. Give someone a chance to explain if they still feel that way, if they ever felt that way, if it's accurate. Just give people a break. That's pretty much it. The second question that I got was from Remember Agosti. Natha. How old were you when you knew you truly loved yourself? This is a great question. It literally just happened last year. Like, I pretty much have despised myself, or at least like not been a huge fan of myself for almost my entire life. And then last year in January, I started working on myself really hard and working on checking my thoughts, thinking more empowering things about myself, being a little bit kinder and more forgiving of myself. And it was probably like 6 months into the process of like being really nice to myself and having a good routine that prioritized me, my mental and physical health and everything. I just had like a weird aha moment where I was in front of the mirror and was like, that's cool. Like, I don't hate this right now. I don't feel uncomfortable. I don't have this urge to like look down or look away. I was just like, I like you. Cool. And it felt pretty good. It took a lot of work to get to the point where I liked myself, but it's not because it's hard to like yourself, so it takes a lot of work to like get past all the things that are bad about you. It's just, it takes a lot of time to get past all the bullshit that you think is bad about you and start accepting yourself, learning that you deserve to be loved, especially by you. So it was last year, 32. I'm 33 now. I was 32. Wow. The next question was from TV Topher.
Hi.
For some struggling to stay positive, what are some core values to keep in mind? Core values to keep in mind. I think it's important to remember that staying positive isn't pretending there's no negative. It means learning how to focus on what you can change and what you can't. If you're lost in a bunch of negative what ifs and you're thinking about your future, the goal would be to try and shut that down and focus on what you can do to impact the future instead of fretting about what might come in the future. Same goes for the past. Like, you can't change the past, so do what you can to learn from whatever it is instead of just focusing on it and beating yourself up about it over and over again. What can I learn from this? And then move on. Other than that, like, routine is something that I will always stress as being major, but I think something that can be done all day, every day is being as mindful as you can, being as present as you can, and paying as much attention to your thoughts as you can, and your words and what you're typing. Think about whether you're saying things about yourself, especially, that are honest, true, necessary, kind. Like, did it need to be said? Was it accurate? Is it something that could be changed, for example? Like, if you're constantly saying, I'm so stupid, like, you're not, and you can always gain knowledge and grow that wisdom and grow your mind. Like, there's always something that can be done. So I think it's super, super important to monitor the words that you're saying to yourself, the words that you're thinking about yourself. And whenever you notice them going somewhere that's not helpful or is disempowering, replace it with something empowering. I am confident. I am a hard worker. I am someone who gets shit done. Whatever it is that you're struggling with, flip it around, turn it into an affirmation, something present tense, something that you can say I am about in a positive way. No can'ts or don'ts or won'ts or anything like that. Just positive, affirmative words. I think it can help a ton. In my experience, at least, it's helped me a lot. So the next question is from Miles Muscle. And the question is, was there an aha moment when you knew Twitch was what you wanted to do full time? Yes, sort of, kinda. I've pretty much always been working around 3 jobs. Like, I'm always working hard because I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket at any given time. And there came a point about 3 months in, and please remember my results on Twitch are kind of atypical. So 3 months into streaming on Twitch, I was kind of looking at the numbers. I was looking at the trends of like followers, tips, all that kind of stuff. And I had a really good gut feeling. Like, I really connected to streaming right away. I really liked it. So I had a really good gut feeling like I have something here. Something about this is right for me. And the numbers were encouraging. Granted, I didn't have a ton of data to go off of, but the numbers were encouraging. I was still running my photography business at the time, my website design and development business at the time, and streaming. So I had this extra job where I was doing like side work, but it was scheduled side work. Every day I had to end my stream in the morning because I used to stream really long hours. I would have to end my stream in the morning and then start it up again after I was done doing all this work. So I started thinking, like, maybe this can supplement this one job, not quitting everything and putting all my energy into Twitch, but maybe this one side job that I have, I can drop this and focus on Twitch. So I kind of took a leap of faith, but I didn't put myself in a super stressful position. I built a lot of my businesses from the ground up by using stuff like Craigslist and eBay. It's kind of crazy what opportunities are actually out there if you work really hard to look and learn. And I'm super grateful for the internet. I've learned so many different things and jobs and tasks and whatever skills from just free resources online. So if streaming didn't work out for me, I would have just found another thing again. Like, I've had so many different jobs doing so many different things. So as long as I'm doing something that I feel good about, I'll stay doing it. As long as I still enjoy the work, I'll keep going. The last question is from Stewie. It's lots of U's, so I'm saying it that way. What do you feel is your greatest achievement? This question I like a lot because it ties back into Remember Agasti, Sasha's question. I think my greatest achievement really is liking myself, loving myself, honestly. That was the biggest thing that's impacted my life, like, for all of it. The most massive impact that's ever happened, the way that, like, my relationships changed, the way that my work life changed, everything about my day and my interactions and, like, everything that I do completely changed when I started liking myself and when I started prioritizing my self-care. So I think my greatest accomplishment or achievement really is prioritizing myself to the point where I was able to figure out what I needed to do and then do it. And as a result, I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. Like, I don't have depression anymore, anxiety, insomnia. I'm managing my focus with ADHD better than I ever have before. My diet is better. Like, I'm very grateful for all of that. So I think all the work that I put in the past like year and a half is really what I'm most proud of. All right, so if you liked this video, please make sure that you drop some love, you know, do a little thumbs up, drop some comments below. If you have any questions about anything we talked about, or if you have any feedback on anything, like, let me know. I'm super open, be kind about it, but if I say anything that's wrong or dumb, just let me know. I'm here to learn and converse and talk and do all that kind of stuff. But thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for being patient as we start out this YouTube adventure. And remember, like and subscribe, hit the little doohib so that you get alerts, you know, the little bell doohib. And yeah, check out Mind of Snaps, the podcast. And Mind of Snaps is also my Twitter and my Instagram. The Discord is open. You can search Snap Pack for the server if you want to join that. But check it out. Communicate with me however you want to. I love getting to know all of you way better. Y'all are one of the best parts of my life and my job. So yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos. And thank you again. Go kick some ass today. Drink some water, stretch, be nice to yourself, and manifest some dope shit. Peace.